Good morning. It's now early in June on our little acreage. Trying not to be overwhelmed by all the gardens, chickens, bees, and yard work that needs to be done. It seems to be a never-ending list of stuff that I haven't done yet. But I love seeing all the phlox and other flowers that are starting to come into bloom at this time of the year. It's just beautiful. We also have all our chives. They've gone into flower mode, so I've been picking out the non-flowered chives and trying to put them into the dehydrator so that we can have dried chives for the winter. I love the chives. Actually, the whole family does. And we definitely eat our way through both of the large bushes we end up having. Our grapes made it through. We had 3 grapes I planted last year, and 2 of them made it. That was a delight to see. And we planted all the peppers and tomatoes. I think we have about 50 tomato plants this year, which is pretty average for what we have. We can a lot of tomatoes. I'm always stunned at how many we eat. We got our strawberry plants all thinned out. Don't ever plant a wild strawberry thinking it would be great because they just take over. But we took those out and put in regular strawberries. We've already eaten our way through a lot of asparagus, and our garden garlic scapes are getting ready to be pop up. These are one of 2 Alberta orchids. This is a lady slipper, and we had them popping up all over the yard, so I took them and put them in my garden because they're beautiful. This is an apple tree we planted a couple of years ago. We've been trying to keep the deer off it, and this year for the first time ever it has flowers, so hopefully. Not all the stuff I planted did well. I'm hoping this little red thing is a leaf and that the I think it's called a pea nut, PEA nut. I hope that sucker comes through and that's not just a little chunk of wood. In my greenhouse, we've got onions still need to be going in the garden. All this stuff still needs to go in the garden. I ran out of space in the shop, so we've got beehive boxes in here with honey that I have to spin off from last year. And these are my tomatillos that are enjoying the warm greenhouse temperatures. In the garden, I've been putting down this wood chip between the rows because otherwise the grass takes over like it is on this side. This side I haven't gotten to yet. So much to do. I hate grass. Have I mentioned how much I hate grass? This is one of the apple trees I grew from a seed last year I planted. And these are our Saskatoons. Lots of flowers came out on those guys last week. The bees were very happy with that. And it looks like most of the apple trees and the plum trees. This is one of the plum trees that I grew from seed. It's amazing you find information on anything on the internet, including how to germinate fruit tree seeds. All the yellow you see in the field here, those are the lady slippers. This is our haskap. It was also full of flowers, and you can see little tiny berries starting. The birds love this. They're a little too sour for me, but hey, if anybody wants to come pick them, they're here. This apple tree decided to just die last year, but then I see this year it's coming up from the bottom, so maybe it's going to be a crab apple, if that's where the root is. Maybe. This one's doing fine though. And I love this time of the year. The lilacs smell amazing. And they're so big this year. Last year we had hardly any, but man, they're beautiful. Wish we had more of them. And this plant popped up. It's a honeysuckle. I had never noticed this plant before. We've been here for 5 years. This is the first time I've seen it. Growing right in the willow, which might be why I didn't see it. I'm surprised the moose didn't eat it. They usually eat all that stuff in the fall. So many flowers right now. It's gorgeous. This is our other flower bed. This is the Bleeding Heart and PC Poo, or sorry, Puff, the white chicken, and that was Emma, the black chicken. This Bleeding Heart we planted last year, and it's the first time I've ever had one that seemed to succeed. These are the chickens we hatched from eggs back in April and May, and they're growing up quite nice. I think we have 2 roosters, that white one there and the red one. The white one's definitely been crowing. The red one hasn't crowed yet, so we'll wait and see. And this is our poor chicken Cheeks, an Americana. I'm not sure what she did, but one day we kind of found her, or I should say my neighbor found her with a broken leg. So she's been in chicken hospital here in our shop, being kept company by the teenagers, and we're hoping that she starts getting a little bit better. She's starting to put a little bit more weight on her leg, which is a definite improvement from what she'd been doing up until now. She wouldn't even stand on it before. So it's nice to see. Maybe in another week I'd like to put her back with the other chickens because she sure seems to miss them. Her and Emma were good buds. But until then, she's got a nice warm home. Got a bunch of wood that still needs to be split and make room for all the other trees that fell. And it's been a great year for morels. These just pop up. They usually come up the first and second week of June. Kind of like an anniversary for us. And this is, they're hard to see. Can you spot the morel? Just in the bottom third of the screen there. But they are delicious. Just make sure, if you ever find these, make sure they're a true morel, not a fake one. There is a false morel that looks very similar and is quite poisonous. So do your research before, and don't use an app. It hasn't all been work. We did take some time off to go to a friend's wedding out in Kananaskis, which was lovely to see him. And this little clip proves that I shouldn't be trusted with a camera because I apparently completely lack the skills of a videographer. But yeah, it was a good time with family and friends. So that's been our little update, and more lawn care and enjoying the nice weather. And thanks for watching.